Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Wild of Eldraine draft here on the channel. Best of 3 this time. We're going to be going pick by pick, play by play, talking through sideboarding, how to draft the set, and all of that good stuff. If you do enjoy it, let me know in the comments, and I'll make more videos like this. Which do you prefer, best of 3, best of 1? It's always an exciting vote with Twitch chat that I hold before every draft on which one to do, and best of 3 finally emerged victorious. So, if you want to be voting on that sort of thing, or just joining in the fun live, check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. Our rare is Heartflame Duelist, which is just an excellent card. Really just good as a red version, or kind of even as the white version, though the white version isn't really doing anything outside of red-white. But 3-mana deal 3 to any target is already good, so you can just play this in any red deck, splash the adventure part. It's just a great card. The other cards in this pack are just a little bit worse. Hopeful Vigil is good. Hopeless Nightmare is good. Picnic Ruiner is good in red-green. Pie Wielder is good in white decks. Trovan, but we're just going to take Heartflame Duelist. Red-white is also a great deck, so if we ended up getting to play both halves, I would be not unhappy. And then Hopeful Vigil is solid. I think my second pick would be the Hopeless Nightmare, though, because I just like getting into black a little bit more. But here, I'm just viewing this as a red card that has the upside of getting to 3-1 later. And we get a Battle Mouse. So that's another red card to follow up the other red card we already have. Just a very powerful spell. You play this on turn 2. You get to cast your spells more frequently, flood the board, and just crush your opponents. Also, if I do look to be chatting to people, that is because I'm talking to Twitch chat. So hey, Daff and Earth, and hello to everybody else in Twitch chat as well. Ratcatcher Trainee is also a good card. Helps you flood the board with creatures. I don't love the Financier. This card has seemed a little bit hard to use to me. The Knight kind of would go with a white deck, but I'm viewing this more of a red card. So if I end up in red-white, sure, but I could also just end up in, like, this is good in any red deck, and then I have, like, a Prophetic Prism to sometimes cast the white part of the card. But getting a Battle Mouse passed to me is a nice little signal. They took an uncommon over it. There are red uncommons you would take over Battle Mouse, but it is a strong card, so decent chance that it's not a red card that they took. Let's do a pod check. Anybody else in the pod that I recognize? Oh, I guess that they have hidden drafters here. I can't see any of them. Okie doke. Now there is a decision to be made because we see quite a few good cards. There is Stone Splitter Bolt as a removal spell. There is Totenance Swarm Piper as a black-red card. I have not really had much success with black-red. It's just been hard for me to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. How many rats cards to get. I haven't really gotten tons of rats cards. So I've started with 2 red cards. So I could just take another red card that's guaranteed to make my deck. Or I could take a Ratcatcher Trainee versus Stone Splitter Bolt. That's kind of a close pick in my mind as well. The removal spell is good, obviously, but Ratcatcher Trainee is also good. This ends up being like a 3-mana deal for a lot of the time, which I do like. Totenance is nice, but I don't really find myself needing 3-drops. I think I'm just going to take Stone Splitter Bolt and stay on this red train. I think it's between Stone Splitter Bolt, Ratcatcher Trainee, and Totenance. I think Stone Splitter Bolt is better than Ratcatcher Trainee, and I'm not going to move in on the Totenance. I'll let someone else have it, potentially. Now we see a Splashy Spellcaster. Goes well with the Stone Splitter Bolt and with the Heartflame Duelist. There's also a Return Triumphant, which I really do like. I've been very impressed by this card. I'm feeling pretty okay about passing the black card, though there is a Conceited Witch in this pack. I guess the question is, do I want to go... Which direction do I want to go? Because there's not a red card that I really want. I don't really want Food Fight. I have 3 red cards here, giving myself more flexibility. So I could take Return Triumphant, Splashy Spellcaster, or Conceited Witch. Which one maximizes my deck more? I think Return Triumphant does. Because red-white would be best for this and for the Battle Mouse. And so that's good enough for me to take it. Now, you see another decision point here. There's a Grand Ball Guest. There's also Kellen's Light Blades, which has been impressive. I've been getting owned by this card consistently. There's also Grand Ball Guest as a 2-drop. How are my 2-drops looking? I've got 1. I've got a couple 2-drops. Knight of Dove's not my favorite here, but it is a solid card in other decks. Light Blades also can gain me life off the Heartflame. I think I'm just going to keep taking red cards. I could take the Voracious Vermin. I think this is a decent 2-drop. It's not my favorite one. And I think the Ball Guest will be nice to have. I don't currently have Sacrifice Fodder. And now I get a Besotted Knight. Taking over a lot of blue cards. We are seeing blue potentially being open. But I think my cards are better in red-white. So it's tough. Bitter Chill is a good card. Is Bitter Chill going to be better than the Return Triumphant? And also the fact that I don't really want these cards in blue-red. Boom. Get rewarded. Ash is really good. I also like Ratcatcher Training. I would play it. But now we're just going to commit to red-white. We were kind of already committed, to be fair. We just keep getting more 2-drops. There is a lot of blue cards here. I don't really like this guy. This card's a good sideboard card, and you can just take sideboard cards more aggressively. But we have 4 2-drops. We have 5 2-drops. I would probably happily play 7 2-drops in a lot of these decks. Now I guess I'll take the Mass Pump spell. I'll take this for the sideboard. I don't need to worry about fixing because I already have the ability to cast both sides of the Heartflame Duelist. Impact Tremors. Maybe I take Impact Tremors and try that out. We could see how many creatures we end up with. Especially token makers. I don't really like it, but we're going to get a card like this for free anyway. And in best of 3, you actually do want to take sideboard cards. Like if we come up against a really good enchantment, we could play this. Best of 3 is a whole new ball game. We aren't going to play the Gnawing Crescendo here. We have a really good start here. We've got 1 rare, 2 rares, a really good couple of uncommons. I'm feeling good that I took the removal spell over the Ratcatcher. Spider Food is a card that you want to be able to sideboard, I think. Still thinking about Grand Ballgest versus the Kellen's Lightblades, because Kellen's Lightblades has been good. I just think this card can fit really nicely into red-white. It's kind of only good in red-white, but it's pretty good there. Similar to the Mouse. Mouse is good in red-white, not that good outside of it. Wow, we got a Protective Parents pretty late. I don't love the card, but it's okay. It's playable. Pack 2. What do we see here? Let's make the cards big again. The rare, not particularly playable. It sometimes does stuff because you can like abuse the fact that it's not symmetrical, but not my favorite. In terms of 1-drops, this isn't my favorite 1-drop for red decks because the Rat isn't as useful. I'd much rather have Gingerbrute because red-white has a lot of young hero tokens, and Gingerbrute plays much better with that than that guy. Grand Ballgest I could take. I could just take a Stroke of Midnight, but this tends to be bad in red-white decks because even though you kill something big, you also give them a chump blocker. So it's better in a deck that like cares about being more grindy. I could just take a Grand Ballgest. I don't really like the Slumbering Keep Guard in red-white. I don't love this card in red-white. I guess I'll first pick this. This card's a really bad first pick out of a pack, though. And now the Princess Takes Flight is a great pickup. I'm really happy to have this. I'm already got 1 bargain card. And you can just use this to good effect, even if you don't have too many bargain cards. I also like Merry Bards in red-white. Armory Mice is okay sometimes, but Princess Takes Flight is really, really strong. Usually if you combine it with a bargain card, but sometimes just independently. So Rowan. There's a Frostbridge Guard. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drops. I could get a 7th. I could also take the Grabby Giant. I'm just going to take the Frostbridge Guard. It's a 2-drop that gives me something to do later. I don't find myself needing 2 Unveil Guides really ever. Let's look at our sideboard. Is there anything here that we want? Perfect. Oftentimes here, I would be tempted by Minecart Daredevil, but when you have the Princess Takes Flight, any bargain card becomes much higher priority. So now I'm actually wishing I'd taken the Kellen's Lightblades because I have a couple of Grand Ballgests. And I've got plenty of decent creatures, but this card's really nice. How much do I lean into Celebration playing red-white? I tend that you can find that you can get red-white, the Celebrate stuff going incrementally just by playing decent cards. This is an easy Stone Splitter Bolt. I'm going to take any card with bargain pretty highly now that I have the Princess Takes Flight, and that's a pretty good one. Now I get a nice removal spell for my deck. Dragon Mantle's also good. You can just like buff your little creatures, make them huge, but getting another removal spell, I now have kind of 3 removal spells, 4 if you count Princess Takes Flight, 5 if you count this guy. So my deck is really coming together. 3 Blind Mice is a fantastic pickup. What this card does is it makes a 1/1. If they don't immediately kill the 1/1, then you just get to keep making 1/1s. And then you buff your whole team. I also like this card. It's just a good 2-drop. And then Raid Bombardment could actually be sweet in this deck, but I think this is a pretty good Blind Mice deck as well. I mean, any red-white aggro deck is a good Blind Mice deck. That's not very good. This card's great in a lot of decks. Maybe not mine, but I think it's still the best pick. I don't love the Clothier. I like to get cheaper cards for my deck. Now I'll take the Besotted Knight. This is a cheap way to get bargain going. Hi, Isabella. We wield this. I'll take it for the sideboard. We might want to be killing a non-land permanent in certain matchups. I don't need the Unassuming Sage, even though it triggers Celebration by itself. I just have plenty of creatures. I'd rather just get a removal spell in case I need it. Similarly, I'll take Charmed Clothier. Maybe I want some flying in certain matchups. So these are the cards that I want to cut. The Protective Parents. Okay, we'll get this guy. Probably. Ooh. Creature tokens get +1/+1 at Vigilance. I have the 3 Blind Mice as a combo. That's the only one, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2-drops. Ooh, Return Triumphant number 2. I like that card in my decks. I'm not counting it as a 2-drop, really. I don't really have any good 3-drops to bring back, but it's just solid as a 2-drop bringer backer. My day is going well, Twitch chat. It's going well. Okay, we'll take this card. We don't mind passing a black card. Wow, we got last pick on Assuming Sage. And we opened up one of the best rares in the set. I've been streaming a lot recently, Isabella. Streaming a lot. I like Cooped Up. I like Ash. We might even wheel Ash, but this card's just obscene. Make a couple tokens. You can sack creatures. You get card advantage. Just trigger Celebration. Perfect card. Now there is an Edgewall Pack that I'm tempted by. There is a Flick a Coin. I think Flick a Coin might be better, but Edgewall Pack is tempting. Helps me with this go wide theme. Helps me trigger Celebrate. How many 4-drops do I really need, though? I've already got a few. A little burn never hurt anybody. Perfect. I love cutting in my red-white decks. This card is exactly what I want. Been on Twitch for a while, Isabella. I've been streaming a long time. Okay, so we don't really want the Sage. We could play it, though. We're definitely taking cut in here. It's really the only card to even consider. Aggravated Assault. This card's tough because you don't really ever want to play it. You can attack twice, but Moment of Valor is going to be my pick. I can get it. Twisted Sewer, which is good in some decks, but this card's going to be really good for the sideboard to have for certain matchups. Now it's between Hopeful Vigil and Ratcatcher Trainee, and I think the Ratcatcher's better as a way to trigger my Celebrate cards on one card. I do like Hopeful Vigil, though. Just think Ratcatcher's better. It's also great with Return Triumphant. I never want to miss my 2-drop. Ooh, Gingerbrute's perfect. Gingerbrute is perfect. You do artwork? That's cool, Isabella. Okay. Gingerbrute is the pick. Oh, yeah. The 2-drop does as well, yeah, in terms of triggering Celebrate on its own. Yeah, I just like the idea of having some cards I can play at 3. I've already got plenty of 2-drops. And I kind of like using this as a combat trick for my Grand Ball guests. So Boundary Lands Ranger is not looking very active here, so we're going to cut that 2-drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2-drops. 8 2-drops if I need it. I'm not going to play the Battle Guard, but I can take it at least. Not right now, Isabella. Not right now. I'm working on this. Ooh, Minecart Daredevil came back. Perfect. Protective Parents might get cut after all. I think it will. I think Besotted Knight might be better. I think I'm going to play 24. And then 16 lands. Clothier is not my favorite. Stroke of Midnight's more of a sideboard card. Parents isn't my favorite. Got some good sideboard tech. I could play Break the Spell to give myself another piece of synergy with Princess Takes Flight. Because currently I've got 2 pieces of synergy with it. I think I'll just keep it as is, though. So I don't really want these cards. I can side this in, maybe. I don't have any cards to trigger this. This card's generally been weak in my experience. I don't like Impact Tremors. What's my color distribution? Pretty even. Just going to cut up planes and call it a day, I think. Is there a card I thought would be destroying the set that hasn't been? Not really. Nothing like too crazy. I could cut up a Besotted Knight for something. 3 copies of that is a bit much. 15. Could play One Moment main deck. Could play 1 Clothier. Could try Bespoke Battle Guard, but I think that card's just bad. Could play 1 Break the Spell. Yeah, I don't think Break the Spell is very good. Yeah, I think Besotted Knight, the last one's a little tough. Is there a color combo I thought would be great that hasn't been? I haven't figured out red-black yet. I've heard people liking it, though. I think I'm going to run it like this. I don't have a better card than Besotted Knight, and the card's okay. But yeah, I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the games, I want to give a brief shout out to the NicolaiBolas Patreon. If you've been enjoying my videos and would like to support my content directly, then Patreon is the best way to do so. Patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon is a way for viewers to give back to the content that they enjoy. So if my videos have made your life a little bit brighter, maybe if you want some extra booster packs or gems on Magic Arena, and you just enjoy the channel, then Patreon is a way for you to give back and help me continue making high quality content on a consistent basis. You'll also gain access to things like my Wilds of Eldraine tier list, where I grade every single card in the set on an A through F scale, and other things like drafts with me, or even being featured in these credits, because I do want to give a special shout out to the patrons who support at the credits level. It really does mean a lot and helps the channel grow and thrive. Thank you so much to all of my patrons, and without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to the first round, best of 3 action. So that means no hand smoother in play. This is an easy mulligan. With 5 lands, we're going to really struggle. And this is much worse, but we're going to keep this. And we're going to... I really want to mulligan this, because I need to draw, like, specifically... Yeah, I can't keep a 1-lander. 5 lands into 1 lands into a good number of lands, but in trouble. I'm going to cut the Unassuming Sage, and we'll hope for the best here. Aggro decks really struggle with mulligans. That's one of the reasons why I like some consistency. I've got a lot of 2-drops, so I'm not going to have to mulligan for lack of early plays. Oh, that would have been so good if I could have. I wish I had a 2-drop that was red, so I could have, or a 1-drop. Yeah, if I had different land distribution, this would have been perfect, because then I could have put the royal counter onto the ash. Really gotten them. The reason I'm killing this is because I'm really afraid of Hamlet Glutton. I can't kill that card. And if they just play that next turn, I just lose the game. Sure. They're still not at Hamlet Glutton territory. It's funny because I'm actually in a spot this game where if I had had an extra plains instead of an extra mountain, my Ash would have been hitting them for 1 extra point of damage this entire time. And I think I would have won this game. But you can't really complain when you're mulling to 5. Sure. I'm just going to save everyone some trouble and concede this game and go to the next one. Sure, I can bring my guy back, attack as a 5/5, but it's not good enough. Not good enough. Mulling to 5 is just always rough. So I know they're playing big creatures, which makes this an easy decision on bringing in Moment of Valor. And then I just cut a Besotted Knight, I think. Do I want to bring in the Stroke of Midnight? I think so. Especially good because I know they have their fight spell, so killing their thing could be a huge blowout. We will play first again. And we will mulligan again. This time only once, though. That's more of a top deck later type card. I'm hoping that I can draw a land this turn, so now I'm really hoping to draw plains. So I can put this thing on the guy, play another 2-drop, and go to town. Just peachy. You love to see it. We are going to lose badly again. But it happens. You get bad land draws sometimes. Just cannot buy a land. They are keeping up a bunch of mana. Do they have a pump spell? Not yet. I am not loving this. I just haven't gotten to play the game. I can't play 17 lands really because my curve is quite low. Luckily for me, they haven't done anything at the moment. I've got Moment of Valor, which I'll just hold up. Sure. It's tough, because I expect they'll play their 5-mana 3/4, but if they don't, I'm going to want my Moment of Valor. Okay, they just played the 3/4, sure. Just about the most awkward series of draws I could have. Okay, hit them for 4 again. Just, you never want to give the blue-green deck too much time when you're playing red-white aggro, and I have just given them infinite time, thanks to my incredible draw. They're just going to play their stupid 3/4 that punishes my adventure again. Oh, maybe I do have a chance, if that's their play. I just love drawing another land there that I can't use. Ugh. Maybe another glutton. So they're just going to activate this. That's their plan. Let's see what they do if I just don't attack. They do nothing? Well, that was good. Outplayed! Haha! Oh, and then they draw that card. That's perfect for me. And now they can't activate their land again. And I have cut in. So they just drew this card. What did they have last turn? They had nothing useful. Trading this for Frostbridge Guard isn't the best. Yeah, but they go to 1. And I have cooped up. I think I'm going to win this game. I had very little confidence, but my sideboarding is paying off. And they had a bad draw. This is why sideboarding is so important. So I know they have... Okay, they have another Hamlet Glutton, sure. But I can just coop that up and then win the game. I love drawing another mountain. It's perfect. Got there. Huge. I had very little confidence. So they have 2 Hamlet Gluttons. So I feel good about my sideboarding choices. Yeah, my opponent must have flooded out. Though they did play a couple of spells on the turn when they did nothing. So them holding up their thing was weird. Okay, so if I know they have 2 Hamlet Gluttons... I've already got in my Stroke of Midnight and my Moment of Valor. I don't think Besotted Knight is that needed. Flyer could be useful. Would I rather have that than a Besotted Knight? Honestly, this card's probably okay. Have I seen any cards that flick a coin kills? No, I have not. What did I add in? Oh, I cut flick of... Yeah, I cut flick. Food fight lets me sack foods to deal 2 to stuff. I don't have any foods. So I'm on the draw this game, which tends to be worse for aggro. But at least I get a functional hand this time. 2-drop, combat trick. Okay, that was a huge draw. That's really going to help me out. This is going to be a combo that I'm trying to assemble. Living Lectern, sure. Pretty good for me. Next turn I can cut in this thing to help them avoid the Hamlet Glutton coming down. Okay, that card's pretty scary too. I could put the thing on that guy, but I think the Gingerbrute wears it the best. How am I feeling with this set power-wise? It's pretty powerful. There's a lot of cool things you can do, even at lower rarities. But also, I'm also feeling pretty good about it. Okay, so they get that combo going. I guess I walked into that a little bit. I don't know how I would have avoided it. No. Maybe I should have played that guy to play around their Sentinel. This will be good. I can give myself another young hero token next turn. I wonder if they have multiple Sentinels. That is a good question. I would have been able to play my 4-2 this turn. Having a 4-2 would certainly be helpful in this spot. They are in a really good spot. They're 1 land from getting their Glutton. They just play it normally. Okay. So they probably have at least one Hamlet Glutton in hand. Here it comes. I'm really happy they're doing this. I'd have to hope they don't have Hamlet Glutton. Yeah. Tough. I tried my hardest. I just drew too many lands this game. Yeah. Unfortunate. There is nothing I could have done differently this game, really. I mean, if I had my 4-2, I would have been fine. So maybe I could have done something differently. They just have to attack with all and I lose. Yep. Ugh. That's tough. It's a tough loss. My deck is pretty good. I just didn't draw spells. I had, honestly, game 1 and game 3 were like, almost like they could have had like a stiff breeze and I would have lost. And I almost still won game 3. Gosh, I'm just thinking if I played my 4-2 instead of the 3 blind mice, I might have been able to win. Gingerbread has to be untapped for you to sack it. That was tough. I guess, yeah, I'm just gonna have to mulligan again. Finally I get a keepable hand. Gonna get rid of that guy. Well, I think my best hope there was that they didn't go for the lethal versus, like, it's my only chance of actually winning versus playing to just survive an extra turn. Because I don't have any top decks that are going to be winning me that game. What? Well, game 2, I guess. That was weird. Some people can't handle missing a land drop, I guess. So against red-black, they don't have huge creatures. They don't have creatures I really need to kill with this thing. They don't tend to have flyers either, but I think I'm just going to run it back. They're afraid of mice. What the heck was that? I can't believe they surrendered. It's only the second game I've won. I won one game round one, and then this is the where you get scrappy though, because you lose round one and you're like, okay, I really want to at least pull out a 2-1. Finally! Oh my gosh, I don't have to mulligan? What is this madness? Who gave me a functional opening hand with lands and spells? This is insane. I think that's the first hand I haven't had to mulligan. I even have a curve. I have proceeded to draw 2 lands, but a curve, I say. A mana curve. Imagine if they just conceded again right here. Okay. We're living the dream. We're just going to hope we can win before they get that thing back. Or at least that our Ginger Brute will be able to carry us a little bit. No! No! I suspect we're going to lose this. Oh, man. They have a food token now. They're going to get their guy back. Yeah. At least they can't attack me. My deck really doesn't like drawing 7 lands, does it? I'm beginning to sense a weakness. I think I need more spells than lands in my draws in order to win. It's just a suspicion that I have. You know, my opponent conceded early to me. I'm just going to return the favor. I am going to return the favor, opponent. I have no spells. This has been weird. I feel like I've just had very non-functional draws. Well, the flyer seems pretty good at getting past a wide board, so I'm going to do that very minor change. Huh. Could I cut a land? I don't think so. I mean, I need my lands to cast my spells still, and I think 8 of each color tour is already a bit dicey. And I still have 4 drops that I want to be able to cast. Do I keep this in prey? If I draw 1 land, it's still not very good unless it's a plains. So I have like 8 out of 32. So I have like 1 in 4. Every draw step. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it. Because if I do draw a plains, this hand becomes very good. Because then on turn 3, I can play this into Frostbridge Guard. I love that for me. I love that. Grand Ball Guest, sure, let's go. Come on, Plains. I know you're in there. Or another red 2-drop. Or another red 2-drop. Come on, Plains. Yes! Finally! Justice for Nicolai. Huge! The rip he needed. Let's go. Finally! Finally! Yes! Oh, it's all worth it. Every small misplay. I mean, not that I was making huge misplays. Every suffering, every bad hand. The Battle Mouse comes through. Oh. Don't worry, Battle Mouse. You'll be back. That's right. Huge. The Battle Mouse even makes it so they can't block my guy. Get owned. Total ownage. Let's go. The Battle Mouse has returned triumphant. Yes. You think you can stop me, but the Battle Mouse says no. Oh. No! Stop killing my Battle Mouse. Come on, return triumphant. The mice shall have their victory. This gives me celebrate by itself. Here we go! The mice are marching to war! You shall be avenged, Battle Mouse! Oh, baby! Oh, mice greater than rats! Huge! Targeting the rat. The mouse. Because I figured they would have killed it already if they could have. Let's go! We got the win! Huge victory! The rats are beaten by the mice. Oh my gosh, I'm so satisfied. Oh my gosh, what a win. What a true win. I have decided to make a change. I am cutting one of my random 4-mana 3/3s. It must be done. And in exchange, I shall gain better cards. Namely, I do not think running too many of these is ever good. I will cut bring in a Plunge into Winter and a Charmed Clothier. The Plunge, just because I just don't think Charmed Courtier is very good. And I want to give Plunge a shot because I haven't played it before. Now we scrap. Now we fight. Now we claw our way from an 0-1 hole back into the light of 2-1. A winning record. Glory. Eternal life. This draft shall live on in the annals of history. As the one where I had a functional opening hand. Let's go. This one's not that good, but it will be keepable. What a rip off the top of the old library. 3 Blind Mice is fantastic here. Just fantastic. This always looks like an artifact to me. I'm ready if they block. I'm ready if they don't. Three blind mice, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? Oh, man. Hit me with your best shot. Come on and hit me with your best shot. Yep, not blocking that. You know you're a real tough cookie with a long history of getting destroyed by a coin flicking. Before I put another notch in my lipstick case, This is such a good draw. Holy heck. Yes! More mice. It is okay. The power of Minecart Daredevil shall carry me home. I don't think I can go for this on blocks. It's too risky. It's too risky. Unless, of course, they tap out pre-combat. Okay, that card is tapped forever. Gosh, getting to flick the courtier is so satisfying.
Carne into singing. Good times.
Came into singing? Heck yeah. Welcome in, Restless Dreaming. So I kind of want to just kill this. Even if they have +2/+2. And if they have Kellen's Light Blades, I'm okay if they use it on this guy. I felt a little bit too risky going for the Daredevil when they had 2 mana up. Felt like there was prime turn to cast a 4-drop or something. They're holding up 2 mana again. I'm deeply suspicious. It felt like their turn went pretty slowly. I'm not going to attack. What do they have? Am I sure I can't cut a land? I mean, pretty sure. We've also gotten, remember, we've gotten screwed by not having lands of the right colors, by having to mulligan because we don't have lands. I mean, it's just kind of a weird variant situation that we find ourselves in. Okay, they replay that. Do they not have anything? Do they just ultimately bait me? There's the Clothier. Hmm. So I have 3, 4, 5. I'll make all of my guys big enough, so I'll put a token on this guy. The mouse has become the Mouse King. King of the mice. They only have 2 cards. I only have 2 cards. I'm willing to bet their 2 cards are better than my 2 cards. This is where the Frostbridge card is going to come in handy. Neba is definitely better than what I'm working with here. Ow. Ow! That's not very nice. Why are you so mean to me? I keep thinking this is lifelink. Yeah, best of 3 has no hand smoothing. Great, great. We're killing it. I'm going to attack with my mouse. What a trade. That's so good for me. My opponent's probably quaking in their metaphorical boots. They only have a 2 mana play. I think I played around with Kellen's Light Blades maybe too much. But I think I would have lost if I had my Minecart Daredevil sniped. I missed out on a lot of damage, though. I wonder what they kept holding up 2 mana for. Or if it was just like they had 2 mana to spare on each of their turns. This is where Frostbridge Guard proves his worth. Frostbridge, are you worthy? I'm just gonna tap that guy. I'm not sure how I'm gonna finagle this. Huge. 4, 6, 9, so I can tap the Neva. I will attack them. The reason being, if they attack me with their courtier, it's technically like an even life swing. If they do have some card in their hand, I want to get it out so I can see what they're working with. And my life total can handle some swings. I also have a better board state than them. If I just stall out, I'll be in good shape. And all of my guys are tapped now, so they can't even draw a card. Get wrecked, opponent. It's so wrecked. That's so satisfying. That moment when their charade does very little against you. Charmed Clothier is doing much better than the other guy would have been doing here. Flyer is good. Wow. So they did have a trick that whole time. It wasn't a removal spell, but it was a trick. Tricky, tricky, I see. Oh. I would attack with both. Next turn they hit me for 8. That was a good rip. I'm happy to trade this for Neva. They might not block at all. Okay. What do you got, opponent? They drew something. Uh-oh. This could be bad. This could be bad. Who knows what's happening now? This card was such a good draw. Maybe he's better than I thought. This is only game 1. Their deck seems pretty good. I have to kill them quickly. Oh, it has menace, so I can't even block. I hope they don't have something tappy. Stab wound? Okay, that is more than okay with me. Tap their blocker. What a rip off the top from Nicolai, eh? 2 can play at the top deck game, my friend. Let's go. We needed that. Though, to be fair, we did draw a lot of lands leading up to that. Okay, what are they working with here? They've got some life gain, so that's worth knowing. This card, I really wish I could play it. It would be so good if I could. I just don't have the ability to get to 4 powered creatures. I still haven't drawn my red cap guy a single time. I'm kind of liking this. I'm liking the feels. I could try this guy. Just gonna run it back. I could also run Break the Ice to kill some of their random enchantments, but I could also play the untap card just to mess with their tapping effects. This is a keeper, I think, but it's not a very good hand. Must keep, but I must be sad at the same time. That was not the draw we wanted. No! I can't go the whole game without drawing lands, though. So I might as well draw it at the first draw step. There we go. I play the guard. No, I should have played the Ash. I was thinking I can play Ash into this next turn. But I could have hit for the same amount of damage, I think. If I'd played Ash, they'd be at 18, but I wouldn't be attacking them for... I would be attacking them for 5, so they'd end up... roughly, they'd be at 18, followed by a hit for 3 from Ash, so they'd be at 15, but I could have put the thing on Ash. I think this did more damage. Did it do more damage? So if I played Ash, I would have hit them for down to 18. And this turn, I would have hit them for 3. Hit them down to 15. But as it was, I hit them for more. Yes! All my creatures were tapped. Get wrecked, Sheree. I even have my combo piece. That's why I played this here instead of just killing their guy, because I only have a couple bargain cards. Sure. You're crashing the party. Two to the top. Oh no. Why didn't they attack me? Oh, they have the combo. Do they have Kellen's Life Blades? No, Horned Lock Whale. I think I'll keep that on top. So next turn I can trigger this. I'm hoping they play the whale. They didn't fall for it. The Besotted Knight actually screwed me because they would have maybe played that if they didn't know. I can't let them get Charade back, though. Here comes the whale. Ward 2. Jeez. That's a card. The card in the Harvard Yard. I didn't even realize the whale had Ward 2 until just now. Boros has been pretty good for me. We might be headed to game 3 with Boros, in fact. Gosh darn it, Neva, you stupid card. Always owning me. Well, at least we drew a land. That's good. Sarcasm. Try to trigger the Ash. This card's honestly okay. It felt like they get a lot of scrying, so if you have like good late game, then it buys you a lot of time. I'm holding this guy to trigger Celebration on Ash. I guess I'll bring in my answer for big creatures. That's not good. I need a spell. No! I'm going to concede. We can't win. Okay. If I draw a spell that turn, we could have won. Like, imagine if I draw a flick a coin there. Flick that thing. Play this thing. Attack them. The dream. The whale is too good. Okay. Moment of Valor in. Besotted Knight out. Should be good. It's time for game 3. This is our chance. This is our moment. Come on, hand. Oh my gosh, I have to keep again. Keeping a 4-lander feels miserable in this deck. I just always get pwned. If you built your deck so that a 4-lander is bad, it's not really great. Could I just draw my red cap guy, like my bomb rare red card for once? It would be amazing to just cast that card a single time and just win the game easily. I would really like that. Also, if my opponent could just mulligan to 5 or something, it would be poetic, because I mulled the 5 in my first game. I know it wasn't against this opponent, but... oh, man, maybe they won't have their 3-color deck with perfect mana. And maybe I will draw a spell on my first draw step. That's all I ask. At least one spell drawn this game. Come on, deck. You can do it. We know about the whale. We know about... we haven't seen any Candy Grapples, any Kellen's Light Blades. Okay, they kept their hand, sure. I haven't loved Grand Ballgest. It's been pretty bad in my experience. It's not the 2-drop I love having. I think when I was taking them, I just needed red 2-drops. It's kind of hard to trigger. It functions as a 2-mana 2/2 a lot of the time. It's good with, like, some cards, but I don't know. Come on. Could I just draw a spell, please? Please, game. Please. What did I do to defy your will, magic gods? Clearly, I've done something terribly, terribly wrong. I've offended someone. Return Triumphant might be my worst draw in terms of spells. It's not quite as bad as a land, but it's pretty dang bad. Oh, the pain and misery I have been caused. This scarecrow is going to destroy me. Gosh, no pain. Oh, the battle mouse. I could have, like, not played the battle mouse. But I kind of want to just attack. Oh, please kill my guy. Please kill my guy. Please kill my guy. That would let me return it triumphantly to the battlefield. Very rarely do you hope for a kill spell. But in this case, I need a kill spell! Kill my creature, please! Do it! Do it now! They'd probably kill this guy, to be fair. But still, it would be great. They're trying to keep their Scarecrow Guide alive. They're missing land drops. They just want to play Neva or something stupid like that. Or they're tapping, dude. Oh, baby. Here we go. Yes! Just what we needed. The land. I'm hitting them for 9. They have to make some blocks, right? They'll never expect a land. What? What? Je ne comprends pas. Pourquoi est-ce que le Minecraft Daredevil? This would be an insane block if they're like going for some sort of combat trick thing. Of course, they cold ripped the plains. They didn't have a plains until just that moment, right after I deployed my last key spell. Gosh, could you imagine how good it would be if I just drew my 4-mana bomb red rare card? Please, game. Please, I don't ask for much. You know I don't. I'm very content to continually draw plains and mountains. But if you could just throw in my bomb red rare card first, that would be the dream. They scryed 2 to the top. Things are looking grim for our hero, but at least I drew a great spell. I drew a great spell. Booyah! Let's go! The Clothier! The Royal Battle Mouse has arrived! Huge! The Battle Mouse. Battle Mouse. Battle... No! Why? You're kidding me! Oh, that's so brutal! Oh, that's so brutal! Oh, man. Can I even keep it on top? I think I put it on top. Much as I hate to. It's just I need to make sure I hit a spell this coming turn. No, my gosh. Oh my gosh, and then they just get to jam their whale, because of course they're going to draw an island. Yup. Oh my gosh, the pain. I can't believe they just cold-ripped an island like that. What kind of psychopath are they? Holy heck. Where is the justice? Absolute mad lad. This is going to attack for 6, 7. I think this is worth it. The extra point of damage will mean a lot. They could hit me as well. What a psychopath. They just cold ripped the island off the top. Oh my gosh, there's no justice in this world sometimes. Just pure sadness and pain. Come on, deck. Give me what I need. Give me what I need. You know what I need. What I really need is for them not to have a way to stop me from, like, cutting in this guy. Oh my gosh. Because I have the mana to hit it for 4 and pay the ward, so they're going to lose their only blocker. That's all I need. Also, they're dead on board, I think. I think they're dead on board. So they have to have something. Yes! I am the greatest Magic player of this generation! The princess! The princess must be saved by the raging battle mouse. To flight! To for glory! Yes! Oh, baby! I don't want that guy. Yes! I think we got there. Woohoo! Finally! At long last, the dreams of a generation have been realized. They have witnessed the battle mouse leading the charge to victory. Maybe my favorite artwork in the entire set. The battle mouse! Yes! Huge! You may have stabbed my clothier. You may have made me return triumphant many a time. And you may have even froze me in place, but temporarily. For you see, no matter how many serpents you bring to the battle, the mouse is mightier than the serpent. No, the mouse is mightier than the whale. The battle mouse. Yes! You may say Mighty Mouse is the most powerful mouse you've ever seen. You may favor even Despero, or even young Matthias from the legendary books of Redwall. Martin the Warrior, perhaps. There are so many mice to choose from. But above all, the battle mouse reigns supreme. Oh, yes. Who needs to draw any of the rare cards that I picked very early in my drafts? Who needs to draw my first pick, or my second pack first pick, when you could draw the battle mouse? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I never got to play my red cap guy, nor my Heartflame Duelist, both of which are incredible cards, but the mice showed up to play. And if you made it to the end of this video, you know what the hashtag is. Hashtag battle mouse in the comment section down below, because leading the charge and the 2-in-1, I've never been more satisfied in my life. Oh my gosh. We may have flooded out. We may have been mana screwed. But at the end of the day, we battled back from down 0-1 to get the 2-in-1 victory. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe for more comments with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. Would you like to see more best of 3 in the future? Let me know as well. And if you'd like to support my content, you can do so via Patreon, where you gain access to things like my tier list and things like that. Oh, also, never forget Jerry from Tom and Jerry fame, another famous mouse. Good call, Twitch chat. But yes, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.